Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in. This is BabyRendition.com back here with another video. And guys, welcome to my NFL Divisional Analytics predictions. We are here every single week after the pick show with this video analytics. If you guys are new here to the channel, this is where we break down everything. You guys are going to get my final score, picking against the spread, and I am going to bet the over and under as well. So if you guys are new to the channel, we do this every single week. We have done it every single week. Also this in the pick show, we done it every single day. So if you guys haven't checked out the pick show, make sure you guys could do that. That was our previous video. Me and a whole bunch of subscribers, we jump on stage and we make a whole bunch of picks. This is a lot of fun. Like I said, we'll be back for the championship games and the Super Bowl. We will have a Super Bowl prediction pick show as well, so make sure you guys go check those out if you guys haven't already. And if you guys haven't checked out all season long, make sure you guys go check out our pick shows. It'll be pretty interesting about what we picked all year, so make sure you guys go check those out because those were a lot of fun. Alright guys, so welcome to the analytics predictions. You guys about to see my final score, pick against the spread, and we're gonna bet the line too. Now the lines are a little bit actually, how do I put this? The lines are pretty damn crazy this week. The lines are up there. When I mean up there, they're up there, and that's pretty damn shocking. But I think I got my final answers. So yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get things going. And but first, we gotta see my records. So the records do look a little bit different this week. I'll go ahead and put it up here on the screen. But if you guys haven't checked out our regular season picks record, I'll have that still up here. So we went 197 and 95. I'm at 75, 197 and 75. That was my regular season picks record. This season spread picks record for this regular season, we went 145 and 127. Playoff record right now, we're 4-2 right now, and that's just a wild card. The playoff spread record, we're 4-2 in that department as well. So pretty good week, pretty good week according to those two last week. And then the overall record, this is my overall picks record, and this is including everything, including the regular season and the playoffs. I'm 201 and 77. So overall, it's been a pretty damn dominant year. But we gotta keep going. We gotta keep getting some games right. I'm gonna see if I can break 80. Well, not 80. I'm gonna see if I can break 85. I think I can break 85. 7 games left. The worst I can do is probably, let's see, 7 games. Yeah, I am gonna break 85 no matter what, because I'll be at 84. So I am gonna break 85 no matter what. But so yeah, let's go. We've been pretty good on these this year. We've been pretty good on line. I am going to do, for next season, I am going to do a lines prediction. I will pay attention to lines and see. I don't think my record's going to be too good on that, but we will focus about that more next season. Not going to do it this year because this season's almost over. But yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that a little bit next season. Like I said earlier, if you guys haven't checked our pick show, make sure you guys could do that. And I should have mentioned this earlier, but if you guys haven't, like I said, hit the like, subscribe button, go join the Discord. The link is in the description. We post every single video after it's published, or we do every single stream. We put that into the Discord as well. You guys will stay notified. So the last link's in the description. And make sure you guys do follow me on Twitch, MoneyLord28. You guys will see all my Xbox streams every single time we do an Xbox stream on the channel. We will be live on the Twitch side as well if you guys want to join over there. So that is in the description below. So make sure you guys go follow me there, and make sure you guys go join the bracket challenge for the NFL. That's also in the link in the description. Great way to help out the show. I'm going to do something here for the show. Since the 300 subscribers, I'm planning on doing some type of something fun. So if you guys have something you guys think I should do, let me know in the comments below. I'll think about it, and then I'll try to learn how to do that. So anything you guys want to do to make the channel a little bit better. So yeah, that is that. So make sure you guys come join us. Make sure you guys let me know in the comments below if you guys think I should do anything here. So we have 4 games this weekend. Obviously we have 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. So without further ado, should we just go ahead and get into those betting lines and stuff? I think so. Let's go ahead and get it going here. So like I said, we only have to break down four games, thank goodness, this week. So let's go ahead and get started here. So we have the first game here. We are going to be breaking everything down on it. We got the 4-seeded Texans playing against the 5-seed. Playing against the 1-seeded Kansas City Chiefs. Sorry, Chiefs. But yeah, let's talk about this game. So obviously, I'm going to talk about the Texans first. I got many things to say more about the Chiefs. So the Texans, they're coming off of a dominating performance against the Los Angeles Chargers. They looked really good last week. Love the way how they played, especially on defense. I love the way how their defense played. They went out there, smacked the living shit out of the Chargers. They just couldn't really do anything. They couldn't even score a touchdown out there. Well, they did once, but I'm not really going to count it because the garbage down touchdown. But yeah, they're coming off a really good performance. And this game, I think they're going to need everybody back. I think they're going to need Tank Dell back. I think they're going to need basically anybody back, because especially one thing, when you're going to Kansas City, that's a big deal. You know, you're going to Kansas City, especially in the playoffs. Like the playoffs is going to be hard to win here in Kansas City, as it always been. You guys know how the Chiefs play in the playoffs, and we'll get that in just a few moments here. But yeah, I got the Chiefs winning this one 28 to 17. I don't necessarily see the Texans forcing a lot of turnovers. Like the Texans, they scored points because they took advantage of their turnovers. I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case this week. Kansas City does do a pretty good job of protecting the football. So if the Texans want to score, they're going to have to rely on an offense. It's like I mentioned earlier, they're still going to be without Tank Dell, and I think that's going to be a huge issue about it. Now, I do expect the Texans defense to still have good defensive moments. The Chiefs offense has not really been the same this year. So if we see the Texans maybe have some great defensive schemes over there, maybe force some rush of Patrick Mahomes, make he gets a little bit more uncomfortable at the start, maybe then we can see a start way over the Texans. So but yeah, I gotta go with the Chiefs in this game, man. I just think the line just says with the Chiefs. Chiefs being at home is obviously one thing. Like I said, playing an Arrowhead, you really want to play the Texans. Texans, you really want to go to Arrowhead and play the Chiefs. That is pretty damn difficult. But yeah, let's talk about the Chiefs. And the Chiefs, they have not really been the same this year. I think we can obviously say that they have not been the same Chiefs team. Even though this team has been dominant over the course of the regular season, they just haven't really looked the same this year. But there's one thing that we can say about this Kansas City Chiefs team, and I'm pretty sure you guys can all agree with me here. Listen, even though the Chiefs have not been great this season, right? And that's obviously fair. But here's the thing that we're about to see with the Kansas City Chiefs. We're about to see the playoff form of the Kansas City Chiefs. We're about to see the Kansas City Chiefs perform like 2-time Super Bowl defending champions. I think that Kansas City is going to put on their best performance right now in this moment of the season. This is where we're going to see the Chiefs' best performance, and I think it's going to happen here. Not necessarily, I don't see the offense like lighting up the scoreboard, but I do have them at 28 points. But that could be still a little high, because you're going up against this Texans defense, like I say, who kicked the shit out of the Chargers offense last week. So I trust Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. At the same time, like, do you really want to pick Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs? Do you really want to pick against him and Andy Reid at home in the playoffs? I don't think so. So, possible upset scenario, probably not going to happen. So, we're going to go with the Chiefs in this one. I don't really expect Joe Mixon to do too much in this game, as Kansas City has a very good rush defense. So, I don't really expect Joe Mixon to really get going in the running game. So the key here for the Texans is going to be their passing game. Can they get the ball to Dalton Schultz, Nico Collins? Can they get the ball to him? Can they be effective on the offensive side of the ball? And I do think at moments they will, but I don't think it'll be enough, because when the Texans don't have it offensively during the pass, they're going to have to run the ball, and that's where the Chiefs are best. And then, like I said, for the Chiefs, I don't have to worry about it at all. I think their offense is going to be just fine in this game. Like I said, sure, the Texans pass rush, which I really do love for the Texans. Their pass rush could get after Patrick Mahomes a couple times, but even if that does happen, I'm expecting him to make his adjustments. Like I said, the matchup just favors Kansas City. Being at home in this one, I'm gonna take them here. So I'm gonna take the Chiefs here, 28-17. Like I previously said, Kansas City -8 could be a pretty difficult spread, and this was pretty difficult spread to take. But I'm gonna lean towards KC and the problem. Like I said, it's at home. I'm expecting Kansas City to put on their best effort, their best performance of the season. So we're gonna take Kansas City -8, and then over 41.5. I thought that was a little bit too small for me to take take the Texans. I think those are. I meant to take the under. Take the under. I thought that was a little bit too low. Maybe if it was like 30, maybe it was like, we're talking about like 43, 44. Okay, you might want to go under that case, but I think there will be at least enough offense for me to cover that spread with it over. But I'm not comfortable about that. But I do have Kansas City advancing back to the AFC Championship game. Like I said, it's kind of unfortunate because nobody wants the Chiefs to be here. But yeah, besides their fans. But anyway, I do think the Chiefs will win in advance. All right, next up we have the Detroit Lions taking on against the Washington Commanders. The Commanders coming off a, like I said, pretty emotional win last week in Tampa Bay. They got the they got the right side of the crossbar, directly right where they wanted to, for them to win that game. But that was still a good win there for Washington. You know, you were the only team to win on the road in the playoffs, and that really convinces me for Washington here. But I don't think they're going to win this game. Now, if Washington, I'm actually, we're going to talk about Detroit first. So Detroit is coming off of the bye week. You know, they got the number 1 seed, and I literally said, I said in the pick show this too. I said that if Detroit is very necessary for them to get the number 1 seed because David Montgomery is coming back, so you're gonna have him and they're gonna have Montgomery, they're gonna have Gibbs back, and they're gonna get some defensive players back, and I do think that's gonna be a massive thing for the Detroit Lions here. I think they're really going to need those defensive players in this game. Now Washington, I respect the hell out of Washington. I think they're a really good team. They can move the ball. They can beat you so many ways. The running game is effective with Robinson. I love what we saw from them in the passing game. And Jaden Daniels already looks like this man looks like a 5-year veteran, like a 10-year veteran already in the league, and he's just a rookie. So it's pretty damn impressive what he's been doing this year. Love what I'm saying about Washington, but I just don't think I can. I mean, I don't think I can take him in this game. I am expecting a shitload of scoring here. Let me tell you what, 30-24 is my final score, and I do have Detroit winning. And here's the reason why I got Detroit winning this game. The only reason I got Detroit winning this game is because they're going to get some, like I said previously, they got some defensive guys back. So I do think that that will help them out. Because, like I said, maybe if they did not have the bye last week, they were going to have to play the Rams, and I don't think they would have had their defensive players back at that time. But they get the week back, they get some defensive players back, and I think that's going to be the main factor in this game. I think this game really comes down to, and I think both defenses will have good moments in this game because both defenses are great in my opinion when they're fully healthy. But I think this game is going to come down to which offense is more efficient, which offense is going to move the ball down the field more effectively, what offense it will not make a mistake first. And get credit to both of these two teams. Both of these two teams are very good at not turning over the football. So I'm not really expecting too many turnovers in this game. But I'm going to go Detroit. I'm Detroit to win this game. I believe in their offense more. I know both of these two teams are going to be damn near aggressive in 4th down because that's what technically these two teams normally do. But I'm just going to go Detroit here in a squeaker. Like I said, 30-24. I like them with Montgomery back. Sure, Gibbs has been absolutely outstanding this year, but I like them both. I like them both back there. I think they both can be effective. Commanders' defense is the best, so I do think there'll be moments at times to Montgomery and Gibbs get into the end zone. And I just trust the Lions offense. Like the Lions offense is really hard to beat. So that's why I said for the Commanders. If the Commanders want to win this game, their offense obviously has to step it up from last week. Sure, it wasn't that bad last week, but it needs to be better. And also, if you want to beat Detroit, your defense has to be damn near legit. Like it has to be in that legit tier. If your defense is not in that legit tier, you are losing this game because you are not stopping that offense. If your defense is not legit, even if it's good, you're not going to win the game because you need to have a legit defense to stop the Lions offense. And because the Lions offense is the best in football, in my opinion, is the best offense in fucking football. So, like I said, if you want to beat this team, your defense has to be on point for 48 minutes. It has to be clear for 48 minutes. And if you can do that, you will have a chance. But I just got to go with Detroit here, man. I think the line Just think of me. I just think just have to go with Detroit in this game. Obviously, I'm expecting a shitload scoring here, like I said, 30-24 is my final score. I do think the Commanders would keep up. That's why I kind of have them as a spread here. I'm taking the Commanders plus 9.5. I think that's too many line. I think that's too many. Not too many. I think that's too many points with Detroit. Like I said, Detroit coming off the bye, maybe that does kind of hurt a little bit. Because you guys know, like every single time you come from bye, maybe a large spread like that could hurt you. So plus, I respect Washington. I think they can keep this game close, even though they're playing against the Lions and it's tough to play the Lions in this field. But I believe in Washington. I believe that they can keep this game close, somewhat competitive. So I'll take Commanders plus 9.5. I actually feel pretty good, pretty comfortable about that actually. And I'm gonna take the under 55.5. Sure, and this is another line here that was kind of like, am I really sure about that? Because both of these two teams' offenses are really good. So I was kind of thinking about that at the same time. But I'm going to lean towards under. If I had to choose one, I'm going to go under. 55.5 seems a little too much in my opinion. But it very much could be over too. So I very much could be wrong about that. But we're going to go to Detroit to win this game at home. Advancing to the NFC Championship game where they were last season. And hopefully that they do win the Super Bowl. If my Rams don't win it, we'll talk about the Rams here in just a few moments. But yeah, I do think this game's gonna be a lot of fun. Offenses should be fantastic. Jane Daniels, Robinson, Ertz, Terry McLaurin. I'm expecting them all to have good moments in this game. But I just like the Lions' trickery offense and their ability to be consistent offensively is going to be the king thing for me. And like I said earlier, Washington's defense has to be absolutely legit if they want to win this game. So, and I do think they will have some good defensive moments, but I don't think they will have a complete defensive moment. So that is kind of leading me towards Detroit as well. But I will take Washington with the points, 9.5. Like I said, I think that's a little bit too much to lean on Detroit, especially how competitive Washington has been. Both of these two teams are clutch, so that's another thing that we have to look out for here if this game does come down to the wire. But at this case, you just got to go with the home team. It's been an impressive ride for Washington, but like I said, you just got to go with the home field. All right, after that, we have my Rams taking on against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles did look a little sloppy last week on offense. I did not really like what we saw from the Rams, particularly offensively. I thought they looked a little sloppy in my opinion, but I do think they will bounce back. You know, this team did have the Rams' way last game. I mean, let's be honest. They ran all over the Rams. They beat the shit out of the Rams last time they faced them, and I think that's pretty fair. It is pretty fair to say, even a Rams fan, I will admit that it is pretty fair that the Philadelphia Eagles they kept their ass in the offensive end last game. But I do like the Rams more in this game, man. I think I know you're going to a hospital environment in Philadelphia. Where you're going to Philadelphia, or like if you're going to places like Philadelphia, Buffalo, Kansas City, you're gonna feel the environment there. You really are. But I like the Rams in this spot, and that's why I took the Rams with the number. I'm gonna start with the number here, +6 for the Rams. I actually like that. I like it too. I think we can keep this game close. Rams defense was absolutely. If you guys remember, the Rams defense was absolutely depleted last time these two teams met, and I do think the Rams are very much capable of keeping this game close. Like I said, Philadelphia's offense did not look that too hot last week. It looked kind of slow. So if you want to go that route, sure, we can go that route. But I'm gonna lean towards the Eagles here. Unfortunately, I just couldn't edge up with the Rams. We'll go 23-20. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, I'm kind of expecting more defense here than offense. Both of these two teams has really developed into great defensive mindset teams, and I know the Rams probably have the better coaching staff here, but I think this game's really going to come down to who's home and away. Like if this game was played in LA or Arizona, I probably would be taking the Rams if I'm being completely honest. Because like I said, I do think the Rams have a legitimate shot to win this game, but I just think they're going to fall short. But here's the thing. The Rams defense, here's the one thing I'm looking at for this game. The Rams defense cannot get their ass whooped by Saquon Barkley. That's what happened. You guys remember the last time the Rams played against the Eagles? Saquon Barkley absolutely beat the living shit out of us. I think he had like 256 rushing yards or something like that. So that obviously cannot happen again. If Saquon Barkley does that again, we're losing, because that's just the reality of it. So the Rams, so I do think the Rams will do a better job in that. I don't think Saquon Barkley will necessarily have the game that he had last time he faced the Rams, but I do think that he is still very productive in his offense. And for the Rams, and I kind of like this for Washington, we have to play defense exactly what we did last week. If we do, we have a shot. If we don't, then no. So that's just the key what I'm thinking about here. But I do think the Rams will keep up offensively. The Rams offense is really good when it's fully healthy, especially we got Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, Kyle Williams. When all of them are healthy, we're a really good offensive team. We can put up points. We can compete against anybody. So that's one thing. But even though Philadelphia's defense looked phenomenal last week as well, I don't want to take away anything from Philadelphia. Their defense looked incredibly well last week too. So like I said, I kind of think this is kind of like a defensive minded game. Like I said, I don't see enough offensive plays from both teams, but I do think Saquon Barkley will be a factor for Philadelphia, and I'm wondering about Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts, he performed fine last week. He wasn't really the best, but I do have questions for the Eagles offense, because even though the Eagles offense it did not really do a good job of moving the ball down the field last week, but I will say this: the only reason why the Eagles put up the points on the board last week is because they took advantage of Green Bay's turnovers. The Rams actually do a really good job of not turning over the football, and that's another key factor for this game. Which team is going to limit turnovers? Which team is not going to turn over the football? Turnovers is going to be a key factor in this game, because both of these two teams, and you can say about both these two teams, whoever turns over the football, the other team is going to take the ball and march it right down to the end zone, because both of these two teams are very comfortable at doing that. So in this game, watch the turnovers, right? The turnovers very, very much going to be a game changer in this one. So who can limit the ball, who can force more turnovers on defense, that's going to be the main factor. Who can get more stops on defense, that's also going to be a key factor for this one. But unfortunately, my mind just leads Eagles. Like I said, 23-20. I do think the Rams keep this one close. Like I said, I am very comfortable with the Rams with the number +6. I love it. I do think the Rams can keep this game somewhat competitive. And this game will be a gut punching. I do think that maybe this game does be an offensive game. Maybe both offenses decide to show up in this one, especially the Eagles. If they get out to an early lead, the Rams are going to have to, the Rams are going to have to forced to throw the football. And the Eagles secondary is really good. No, don't get me wrong. The Eagles secondary is phenomenal down there. So, and the Rams defense, like I said, is very underrated. So, like I said, kind of defensive-minded game here. But I just think the home field of Philadelphia kind of does it for me. Like I said, I really wanted to pick my Rams here in the pick show. But I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it this time. But if the Rams do win, do not be shocked, people. I'm going to tell you that right now. If the Rams do win this game, do not be shocked at all. Because the Rams... I'll say this: the Rams are very much capable of winning this. We're so capable of winning this. We could win this, but I'm not really expecting it. So we're going to go with the Eagles here, 23-20. Like I said, taking the Rams +6. And then under 43.5. I actually like that. I actually like with this game being under 43.5. I know I did predict my final score to be at 43, but like I said, if I had to choose one, I would go with the under, because like I said, I'm kind of expecting this game to be more of a defensive game than an offensive game. So in that case, I will take the under in that regard. But this one should definitely be a very interesting game here, and we'll see who advances to the NFC Championship game. Probably match up with Detroit. So we'll see. First game on Sunday. We can't wait to see it. So if this game, like I said, if this game is going to come down to the turnover battle, whoever can not turn over the football more is going to win this game. So we'll see. But I do unfortunately have the Eagles advancing. All right, let's get to our last game here. We have the old moment I've been waiting for. We got the Baltimore Ravens going into the Buffalo Bills. And, man, this game, like I said, this game is a heavyweight. If you guys haven't checked out the pick show, I literally said this game right here is the toughest game to pick out the entire weekend. And I'm pretty sure that was like that for everybody. This game is going to be a boxing match. If you guys know what I mean by boxing match, I'm talking about like fist fight action boxing match. That's exactly what I'm expecting this game to be. And hi Caddy. And obviously, so what was I going to say in this game? All right. Let me get it to my thing. So obviously, like I said, this game is going to be a boxing match. It's going to be great. It's going to go back and forth. But if I'm being honest, I'm going to lean towards the Ravens in this game. I really do. And here's the reason I'm going to take the Ravens. And like I said, this game was a toss-up, meaning whoever you want to pick here is not a bad option. But I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens in this game. And I know here's the thing. Here's the thing about me picking against the Bills in Buffalo. I don't like doing it. And I don't like doing it. Me personally, I've never been a fan of picking against the Bills in Buffalo. I've just never been a fan of it. But if I'm being honest, I'm actually gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. This is my second time this year doing it. I'm gonna go with the Bills in this game. Sure, I think the last time I checked, this game was gonna be snowing, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be snowing here in Buffalo. Same thing with the Philly game. I forgot to mention that for the Philly game. I do think it's gonna be snowing for that game as well. But I'm gonna go with the Ravens in this one, 31-28. I got this one squeaker. Now Buffalo is really going to rely on their defense for them to win this game. Sure, because I have no issues with their offense once and forever. We seen that last week against Denver, and Denver was a pretty good defensive team. But the reason why I look at this way is because the Bills' offense, like I said, I have no worries about it. Josh Allen, when he's running the offense, you have no issues apparently. Like. They're just nothing to look at here from the offensive perspective. Nothing to worry about for Buffalo here. But I think the defense is going to be the key here for Buffalo. Again, because Buffalo's defense, and last time the two teams played, the Ravens absolutely demolished the Bills. That's because Baltimore ran all over the Bills. And my question is for the Bills, how's the rush defense going to be? Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? We don't know. We don't know what that's going to look like. So I'm going to assume that the Bills' rush defense does better. It's been looking better over the last couple of weeks. But the question is, like I said, the Bills are normally a great defensive team. But like I said, the one thing that they do struggle with is against the run. The Bills are awful against the run normally. So I know you did a good job last week, but last week you played Devontae Williams. This week you're playing against Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, and that's a lot, and that's a tougher matchup. So can the Bills? Because that's going to be a really keep game changer for the Bills. Can you stop the run? If you can, you will have a shot to win this game. If you can't, you're going to lose. So that's just kind of what I'm feeling. I don't really trust the Bills' rush defense. Like I said, I do trust their offense. Their offense is going to be perfectly fine, but that's going to be the main key for Buffalo's defense. And if they can control that, they can win this game. Now, for the Baltimore Ravens, Zay Flowers is not going to be playing in this game, and that's going to be a huge factor for the Baltimore Ravens. But I did like what I see from the offense last week, especially playing against Pittsburgh because you know how good Pittsburgh was, and also both these two teams are coming out dominant performances. But Baltimore, I did like what I see from Zay Flowers, so therefore I do have some confidence for them going into this game. Even without Zay Flowers, I'm still picking them here. Now, like I said, is it risky picking against Buffalo? Absolutely. I don't ever like doing it. But when you're playing against a team like Lamar Jackson, he's going to have to rely on the pass because, like I said, he's going to have to rely on his legs, I bet, because the Bills actually do have a decent secondary. So if Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, they're going to have to use their legs in this one. If they do pass, you do have to look out for Bills. You got to look out for Mark Andrews because I do think he's going to be targeted more than anybody else on the field. If they do that, the Bills are probably going to win this game. Like I said, this game was a coin toss. Like you can just look at this game for so many reasons. Like if you want to pick the Ravens, you can pick them because you don't really trust the Bills' rush defense, and that's kind of like where I'm at. For this game, I don't trust the Bills' rush defense, like I said, especially playing against Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. And we saw what happened. Last time these two teams met. The Ravens, they ran all over the Bills. And if you want to pick the Bills, understand it because one, they're at home in this game, and two, the Ravens do not have Zay Flowers. And I think the key for this game as well, and I kind of talked about it for the Eagles-Rams game, is turnovers. Whoever turns over the football, whoever loses the turnover battle is definitely going to lose this game. Like I said, if you're going to play, especially playing against these two caliber teams, you cannot be turning over the football. And I do kind of expect this game to not have a turnover. But at the end of the day, my gut is just saying Ravens. I'm just going my gut here. Ravens get it down the road. If I'm being completely honest, I'm surprised that Baltimore is favored in this game. Minus 1.5. I would have thought Buffalo was going to be favored in this game. Like I said, it's a home game from Buffalo. It's a home playoff game, so I was kind of surprised to see the Ravens favored in this one. But, it is what it is. So I'm going to take Baltimore with that. Like I said, 31-28. I think it's going to come down. I think this game is really going to come down to a game-winning field goal. And that's just kind of what my head really thinks about this game. So game-winning field goal, but the Ravens win 31-28. And then we got the over 51.5. Yeah, I feel good about it. I think it's gonna be a lot of scoring, even though this is a snow game. That's probably why we probably would hesitate a little bit about picking the over about 51.5. But I think both of these two offenses are surgical. I think they will score a whole bunch of points. And also, one more thing before I do kill us out of here, I love Baltimore's defense. I really do. I think Baltimore's defense really stepped it up. So I do think that will be another key factor for the Ravens winning this game is their defense. I love what we saw from the defense, so I'm kind of expecting that to step up, maybe force a couple mistakes on Buffalo's side of the end, and they will eventually win this game. So like I said, I'm going to go with the Ravens this one. And then over 51.5, like I said, it is a little bit risky, but if you want to take it, go ahead. If you want to take the under in this one, I understand it too because it's going to be a snow game. But like I said, this one can go either way, and I definitely cannot wait to watch it on Sunday night. It's going to be an absolute show. But guys, without further ado, that is going to do it for the analytics predictions video for today. Like I said, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and as always, guys, we will see you guys next time here on the Money YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go check out our recent content. It will be coming up here on the channel. So like I said, if you guys haven't already, hit that like, subscribe button for me. I do appreciate all the support. But anyway, I'm going to hop out of here. Get the thing at this so you guys can watch no time. This is BigWeirdSensation.com. Peace out. Stay safe. We will see you guys next time. See you on the next one.